I didn't scream when he said it. I didn't even blink. I just stood there on the porch of the house I'd spent months choosing. The house I thought would mark the start of our new life. My house, when my husband casually dropped his little bomb. My mom and sister are moving in with us. He said it like he was announcing the weather, not betraying me, as if I wasn't one day away from celebrating the life I had built from the ground up. I remember the evening air tightening around me. He looked so proud of himself, like he'd just solved world peace. I kept quiet. That silence became the first piece of my revenge. When I met Andrew, he was gentle, almost boyish. He treated me like I was something precious he'd been lucky enough to find. I believed that version of him. The man who made breakfast at dawn, kissed my forehead, and talked about building a home just for us. Not a home for spectators, not a home for the family he never truly separated from. I thought we were partners. Then things shifted. His phone started staying face down. He gave secretive smiles he assumed I wouldn't catch. Late night calls labeled work. But the breaking point wasn't another woman. It was worse. It was realizing I had never been his first choice, not in decisions, not in courage. Then I found the message on his tablet, a group chat with his mother and sister. Don't worry, once the house is ours, she'll adjust. She's too polite to refuse. I had to read it twice because my heartbeat was drowning out the words. They talked about me like I was a piece of furniture they assumed would just sit where they put it. The betrayal wasn't romantic, it was structural, deep-rooted, rot at the center, and rot has to be cut out. Something in me shifted. I didn't confront him. That would have been too easy. Instead, I let him think I was still the quiet, agreeable wife. While he planned for his family to move in, I was calling my lawyer, my banker, and the contractor who built the house. Because here's what he never bothered to notice: I bought the property with money from my late father's inheritance. Every document was in my name. I let him live in the fantasy that marriage automatically meant shared ownership. It didn't, not in the law, not in reality. In the inauguration, that was my stage. Step 1, change every passcode, every lock, every digital entry point. Step 2, move the event up by 8 hours. Invite only my friends, my coworkers, the people who knew how hard I'd worked. He didn't get an invite. Step 3, write the speech, short, sharp, final. Step 4, wait for his reaction. On Inauguration Day, he was at work, thinking I was home preparing appetizers for his mother. Instead, I was raising a champagne glass by the pool, sunlight dancing over water I now owned alone. He called up for 7 p.m., sounding confused. Why is your door locked? Did you postpone the event? I walked into the quiet master suite, my suite, and let the silence sit between us. Then I laughed. A clean, freeing laugh that felt like a chain snapping. Andrew, I said, steady and cold, the event is happening right now. He paused. Without me. Without you or my family. His breathing changed the way it does right before panic hits. What are you talking about? This is our house. I leaned against the window and watched my guests mingle below. No, it's mine. It always was. I heard him jiggling the handle. Useless. You can't lock me out of my own home. I can, I said. Legally, I already did. Another silence. Then his voice cracked. You're joking. Check the deed. The quiet that followed was the most satisfying sound I've ever heard. It stretched through the phone like surrender. I delivered the final hit gently, almost kindly. You should also check your email. My lawyer sent the divorce papers this morning. No yelling, no drama, just a soft exhale. The sound of a man realizing the ground he stood on had never really been his. The release washed over me. I ended the call without waiting for whatever he tried to say next. I walked back outside, lifted my glass, and my guests cheered, unaware of the war one had just ended. Relief settled into me, not loud, not showy, just clean and complete. Because betrayal taught me something important: people who think they own you stop protecting their weak spots. And I never stopped noticing, never stopped waiting, never stopped planning. The house is quiet tonight, peaceful mine. And for the first time in a long time, I feel that way too.